Okay, now hopefully everything is working. There we go. I think that's working. All right, so, hey Frostbite, welcome. Yep, okay, cool. You can hear me now. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so I'm back in Elite Dangerous. We are back in the bubble, and I want to start building out building out a combat ship. So I've flown to Jameson Memorial, which is in Shinrata Desra, which is a system that you can't get to it until you're at least elite in one rank, right? So I'm here. The nice thing about Shinrata Desra is that at Jameson Memorial, you have access to a shipyard that has every single ship in the game. So you can buy whatever you want here. They've got everything. They also have every single module, all the whole 9 yards. Now, the downside is I don't think that this place has the best discounts, right? So the best discounts when you're buying your ships or when you're buying your modules and all that kind of jazz is actually in Sirius Corp territory, Li Young Hui, I believe. So if we actually take a peek. No, so yeah, that's one of the issues of trying to actually find a good place to buy. Is I believe she oh man, I can't say the guy's name. If I go over to Power Play, where is it here? We basically want. Now I don't know if my information is out of date anymore or not, but Li Young Hui, this guy. Any system that he controls, I believe you get I can't remember what the percentage discount is, but you get the best discount you can get, I believe, is from systems where this guy controls. And so he looks like he's got this kind of, so he's over here in this area of space. So if you were to go to, and I think I used to actually have a couple of, like a system that I used to go to that was fairly well stocked in his territory. I can't remember the name of it. It's been a while since I've been in the bubble, so. Now there's a bunch of tools that we can use to help us decide how we're going to do this. First thing that we need to do though is, hey, Mr. Apple, how you doing? I am playing some more Elite Dangerous. uh, might have to swing by this area to see what's available. What? Oh yeah, in Shinrata Desra, everything's there. Bernie, hello, welcome. Thank you for the warm welcome. Yeah, back in the game, back in Elite Dangerous. We're back in the bubble. Let's start building a combat ship. So there's a couple of things that we need to do. First thing I think that we need to do, and I should have set this up properly so you guys can see this too, but I want to start building a Fer-De-Lance. But one of the tools that I used to use all the time for this kind of thing was called Coriolis.io. So if I enable this for you guys, I need a. Looks like I'm gonna. Okay, I need to add one more thing. Oh, that's not what I want. Sorry, bear with me for one moment as I start to. Color source. Okay, let's put that there. Kind of get my setup for a more of a. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think that should do it. So let's transition that over. There, you guys should be able to see the tool that I'm using now. So this is called Coriolis. How much money did you end up making during all of your sensory days? So I turned in all my data yesterday. So remember that the data, here, if I flip back over to here and we go back into the game. So the data that, so I got about $250 million. Oops, I believe is how much money I make. So I'm currently, or just actually probably over $250 million. So maybe 300,000 credits, I think, is what I earned, because I was 400 and something thousand credits, and now I'm 783,000 credits, and that was just for from Beagle Point back to the bubble, right? I'd already turned in all of the money from going in from Seoul to Beagle Point, so it was probably another 300,000 going that way too. I think I made 600. Yeah, so all in Frostbite, I probably made about 600 mil for the whole trip, there and back again, right? And Anubis's tail. That sounds about right. I have to leave my Alliance Challenger back in Colonia, but I really want to build another one. Oh no. So that's like what? Enough for half a bare bone Sidewinder? Yeah. Bare bone Sidewinders are actually quite cheap, believe it or not. If I go back into the shipyard, yeah, Sidewinder, how much does a Sidewinder cost? 28, yeah, 28,000 credits for a Sidewinder. Hey Taka, how you doing? How's your holidays? Ah, they're pretty good. Still holidays until Monday, so I'm still enjoying the holiday time. But yeah, they've been pretty good. And I just realized I haven't grabbed my tea, so 1 second here. There we go. So, yeah, Sidewinders are pretty cheap. Now I'm good to go. I've got my tea. Now remember, no swearing anymore. What are you talking about? I'm on the NidTuber channel now. There's no rules. That was only on Anubis's channel. Yeah. Yeah, these are NidTuber rules now. What are you going to buy for 700 million credits worth of Sidewinders? No, what I want to buy is this. No. Where are you? That's what we're buying. We're going to get ourselves into a Fer-De-Lance. So its base price is 45 million credits. That's just for the standard out of the box Fer-De-Lance. So going back to what we were looking at before, if I bring up this guy here, so I want to kind of build out a basically a really awesome Fer-De-Lance. So what I've done here so far is I'm looking at, okay, what are all, and this tool that I'm using is called Coriolis.io. So Coriolis.io. I'm going to let you basically build out, right? So if I go back to, like, say, you can pick any ship in the game that you want, right? And then it'll give you kind of a basic build out, and then kind of fill it out. This is the one that I've been using most of the time. There is another tool. This one here is called ED Shipyard, and it's a very kind of similar idea. I've never used it much, so I don't know if it's a better tool or not. But it's edsy.org is that tool. So I'll probably stick with this guy for now because I'm used to it. Although we'll see. I might play around with some of the other ones. We are lawless. But yeah, so the best, so military grade composites is kind of some decent, as you can see up here, protection, better hull, right? It gives you kind of a bit of explosive and kinetic resistances. Then there's mirrored surface composites. Now, mirrored surface composites are really good against laser fire, and reactive surface composites are really good against kinetic. So it kind of really depends what you think you're going to come up against, right? So here, kinetic resistance is 25, but you get a negative 40 on thermal, whereas mirrored, you get 50% extra on thermal and a negative 75 on kinetic. Now, generally speaking, I find that when your shields go down, people use kinetic. So I think the reactive surface might be a better go. I will be looking at chat for any recommendations that you guys have as well as we go through this. But nice. I was trying to choose between a Fer-De-Lance and a Python the other night. Decided on a Python because it can build to do many different things. Yeah, I totally agree. And I actually do, if I go back into the game, I do actually own a Python already. And I know that they're really, so yeah, here's my, we'll go through, so here's all the ships that I own in the game at the moment. And you can see the names just under the type of ship. And I was flipping through these the other day, or just this morning actually, sorry. And I was laughing to myself, right? Because the names that I've given everything. So this Sidewinder, this is the Principium. This actually is the Sidewinder I started with when I first started playing the game many years ago. I kept it, and yeah, so this is my very first Sidewinder. So I still got it. They kind of keep it, as a reminder of my early beginnings. Then I've got a Cobra Mark III, which is named Sneaky Pete because the primary use that I used to, like the primary use of this ship back when I used it a lot was for smuggling. That was kind of how I made my initial bucks in the game when I got into a Cobra. And then I've also got an Imperial Courier, which is called the NCS Coffin. And of course, NCS stands for Nether Curtain Ship, because of course it does. But this was called the Coffin. I must have died a lot in this ship. And then the Diamondback Explorer, doesn't look like it gave it a name, so I'll have to come up with a name for the Diamondback, but I love the Diamondback. And then my Astro Explorer. This ship is probably one of the most flown ships that I own, other than probably maybe the Crate Phantom now, but this is Dora the Explorer. And then my Alliance Chieftain called the Salad Shooter. That I think goes back to Bulls and I, because I think we were trying all of the Alliance ships when I was flying around with him. And I don't remember why I was called the Salad Shooter, but I'm sure it was because I was horrible at actually doing any kind of combat. Here's my Python. Doesn't have a name at the moment, so I don't think I've used it much, and I think it's still probably fairly stock. And then I've got my Crate Mark II, which is the Crate Escape. I think this was the ship I was flying around quite a bit at the end of my streaming on my previous channel. The Federal Gunship, which is called the Giddy Giddy Bang Bang, because I think is literally, yeah, I think it's all multi-cannons, like just multi-cannon. And look at it too, it's got corrosive shell, incendiary rounds. I've modded all of the hard points on this, and so it basically just flies in and you just destroy. Death, murder, kill. But yeah, this was a bounty ship because it looks like I've got a kill worm scanner on it and some shield boosters and stuff. But yeah, the Giddy Giddy Bang Bang. And then my Anaconda, which was the Anacanta. I'm sure, once again, that was some sort of joke that we were making about me earlier in the when I was using this thing. But yeah, those are the ships that I currently own. But yeah, so I want to get into the Fer-De-Lance. The Python might be it might actually be all around the better option, but especially for jump range and things. But I don't know. I want to try out this Fer-De-Lance thing. I only got to play with it a little bit years ago, so we're gonna go with this. You tried at least. That's right. Frostbite says, "What website are you using?" Yeah, so I'll flip back over to the website that I'm using. Here we go. This site is called Coriolis.io. I will, here, let me just paste that into the chat. There you go. So that's what I'm using. And the other one, this one here, is the ED Shipbuilder. So if you could give both of these a try and see which one you like better. But I have used this, I've used Coriolis for quite a while. So let's build out a Fer-De-Lance. Let's build out kind of like, what is the end state, right? What do we want this Fer-De-Lance to look like? I'm thinking we want reactive surface composite on this bad boy. I always wait to fill out the power plant until the end because I basically only want to put enough power into this thing that it needs. I want 5A thrusters because we're a combat ship. I want a 4A frameshift drive because I would like to actually have some the ability to jump, especially if the idea is that because what I'd like to do with this ship, and we'll see how feasible this is once we look at this, but if I go back to the game and we pull up the map, right, I would like to take this ship out out to Kulsak to attack Thargoids. Now the question is how many jumps will that be? In my current 60 light year jump ship, I think it's like, looks like it's like what 1, 2, 3 jumps to get out there in my exploration ship. It will not be 3 jumps in the Fer-De-Lance. So we're gonna see what we can do here. So yeah, here we are. So then life support. Generally for life support, I go with a D-rated life support because I don't know. There's a lot of money, and you don't really get that much benefit for anything more. If people have different opinions on that, let me know. But I think the only thing that you really get when you go up is how long your life support lasts, right? How many minutes? So this is 7.5 minutes to get somewhere safe, whereas this gives you 25 minutes. But it costs a lot more money, and it also costs. It also is heavier, right? So your jump range goes down, and it draws more power. So generally, I go with the D option for life support. From Seoul with a jump range of 12 light years, it took me 57 jumps to get there. 57 jumps, man. Well, we'll see what this one is at the end. Power distributor. I would like a 6A power distributor. I would like to actually get some of this Guardian stuff, but I think what we'll do is we'll start out by just getting the normal stuff, and then we'll see what's involved in getting some of this Guardian tech as well later, because I don't have the Guardian power distributor yet. Sensors again, I normally go with a 4D. Do you guys have any opinions on if it's a good idea to go with like a 4A for your? Because like, what do you really get, right? 6.72 kilometer emission range, typical emission range. 5.04 kilometer typical emission range. Like I normally go with a 4D here. I've never had a good argument for why I should get a better set of sensors. So if you guys know, let me know. And then your standard fuel tank, right? Obviously, just go with the 3C. When it's empty, it doesn't cost you anything, but if you fill it up, obviously that's a good thing. So now, internals. We probably want in the 5 slot, I'm imagining we want a good set of shields, right? Now, I don't have access to any of the crazy awesome shields like the bi-weaves or the prismatics, I don't think, right? Because I think you have to do power play for that, right? So that's probably something else that we can look into doing. But for now, I think I will grab a 5A shield generator for this. And then we've got a couple more slots. So we've got some bigger slots. So we're not going to need an AMFU on this thing because it's a combat ship. We could put some cargo racks on there if we got some spare slots at the end that we think. An FSC. So, I mean, I want this to be a combat ship, but I'm also going to be using this to train on combat. So we might want an FSD interdictor, right? Because if we do it might be fun to go do some bounty missions in the bubble with this thing. So an FSD interdictor might be something I want to look at. Fuel scoops are always good. We probably want a decent fuel scoop on this thing. For now, let's throw in a 4A fuel scoop for now, and we'll see. Maybe we'll flip that for something else or a smaller one later. Prismatic is not power play. I think the other one is. So Prismatic you don't think is power play, but the Bi-Weave one is? Is there an easy way to figure that out in game? So if I go back to the game and we... Like, shipyard. If I just go to outfitting... So you're saying, like, I should have access to it right now. Or, no, the other way around. Right, okay. Yeah, Bi-Weaves. I think that's right. I think Bi-Weaves you can get, but Prismatic you need with power play. And I think Prismatic are the ones that everybody loves, right? Is my understanding. So if I go to optionals and I look at, let's just open up the 6A browse, and let's go into fuel tank, module reinforcements. We want shields, right? Shield generators. Yeah, so I can. So there are Bi-Weaves, right? So we can. I could buy them. Module type limit exceeded. But obviously not in the ship or with what I'm trying to do right now. So I do have access to Bi-Weaves. The shield generator variant that sacrifices overall shield strength for a much faster recharge time. I see. I don't know if we want those. And I don't have access to prismatics. Doesn't look like, right? Yeah. So that's a power play thing, right? And I guess we can figure that out by going into the power play area. Where's the power play area? Galactic powers. Oh, and then we have to look. I don't know. Somebody offers prismatic. Was it Aisling Duval? Or does it show what you get for sponsoring her? Preparation, expansion, control, pledge, view power on map. Oh, here we go. Prismatic shield generators. Yeah. So it looks like, when do you get them? Basic rating. Looks like you get them unlocked once you get to level 3. 750 merits? Yeah. So that's something that I could do as well. I don't know if I can support Aisling though. We'll see. Prismatic, yep, is power play. I think the other one is not. No, yeah. Look at power play, Aisling. There we go. Yep, rating 3. So you gave me all the answers if I just looked over at chat. I apologize, Charlie9. But yeah, so that's something we can look into. So let's go back over to the build. All right. So for now, we're gonna go with 5A shields. But hopefully, maybe at some point in the future, we're gonna look at prismatics. We're gonna look at maybe a 4A fuel scoop. I think that makes sense if we want to take this thing all the way out to the Cul-de-sac Nebula. We'll need a fuel scoop. Autofill maintenance unit. We were thinking maybe an interdictor might be something useful. Planetary vehicle we don't need on this. Olympic controllers. This is going to be primarily a combat ship, but I'm not thinking like a piratey or a so I don't think we need hatch breakers on this. I don't think we need fuel transfers. Collectors are useful. Even like, I don't have a whole lot of slots on this bad boy though, so I mean, maybe in the 1s or 2s that might be useful if we just for picking up materials and stuff. But we don't need and a repair Olympic controller could be nice, but generally speaking we're going to be around stations, so I don't know if we need that. No passengers, no refineries. We have a shield generator. Shield cell banks. Now that's something. What are you guys' thoughts on shield cell banks? As long as I can remember to use them, right? Because they're the ones that you have to pop. Shield cell banks are the ones that you actually have to remember, like you have to hit the button at the right time, and then it gives you extra shields, right? You need to be pledged for 4 weeks and then get the merits. Okay, so it's a bit of an endeavor, is what you're saying. Indeed, I did also give you the important extra info. Yes, you did. UPS not pleased. UPS not pleased pledged. Oh, pledged. Yeah, right, pledged. I've noticed a good fuel scoop can help make up for short jump range. Yeah, yeah, I know, right? Because after being an explorer for so long, like I need a good fuel scoop. When they don't fill up your tank fast, it's really annoying. But yeah, shield cell banks, that's something that I'm considering. Right, you also have these hull reinforcement packages and module reinforcement packages. There's so many things now that you can put in a ship. Those are useful, especially if you're going to get shot. And you're like, once your shields go down, these things can be really helpful. So I guess the question is how do we want to build this ship out? Like, do we think it needs to be more of a hull tank or more of a shield, like, you know, massive shields? Yeah, there won't be room for docking computers and stuff like that. Super Cruise Assist. Oh yeah, so it is a module. Okay. So I noticed that this, like, it did say, like, there was a whole menu for Super Cruise Assist in the ship, but you actually have to install a module for this stuff, huh? Okay. Detailed surface scanner we don't need. Experimental. Recon Olympic controller, decontamination Olympic controller, research. This might be super useful when we go after Thargoids. Actually, a decom. I don't know if you guys have ever had to use that, but that's to stop the corrosive damage, right? Who needs docking assist, right? Agreed, Bernie. Docking assist is good in my opinion. I would use it when I'm doing a lot of trading, just because I'd like to be hands free, but I'll let the computer just do it for you. But other than that, I'm fine. I'm fine without. Meta ally hull reinforced packages. Yeah, and then there's all this Guardian stuff. Guardian shield reinforcement package, Guardian frame shift drive booster, Guardian hull reinforcement package, and Guardian module reinforcement package. Wow. Yeah, it'll take some time to get some more of that stuff, but all right, so we've got a 4, whoops. So we've got a 4 slot, a 2 slot, and then 2 1 slots. So looking through here, what do we think makes the most sense? Like, would we want like, this is probably going to be a lot of power, right, for these things. So if I grabbed a 4A shield cell bank, that gives me 4 cells. Let's see, what else could we... An interdictor, like a 2A interdictor, to try and pull people out. I don't know, is that a waste going with a 2A, or should I go for a 1? What else is there? Structural reinforcement. Yeah, see, because they have these structural reinforcement packages as well. Scanners, experimental, Guardian. My first trip out to Colonia, my fuel scoop was so bad that it was 10 minutes to refuel. Yeah, nope, can't do that. I use it for when I plan to be out mining for a while. Taka, you use, sorry, what do you, oh, do you mean the flight assist stuff? It's helpful if your ship isn't really bad to get through the toaster. True, yeah, I guess so. That would make sense, right? With the big bulky ships, the computer might not be the best option. So here's a set of options. Is a 2A FSD too much? Or like, should I throw in a 1A instead and then maybe get a better hull reinforcement package? Advanced docking computer, I see. So good shield cell, or good shield generator, shield cell banks, a good fuel scoop, an interdictor, and then some module and hull reinforcements. I don't think, like, was there anything else that looked really good on a combat ship? Limpets are, you know, extra eye candy or extra candy if you have the space. Flight assist, scanners, experiment. I think that's basically what we want, right? Unless we can get some of the Guardian stuff instead. But I guess I'm just curious if we if you think it makes sense to flip the interdictor around, make a 1A interdictor, and then a better hull reinforcement package. So that's a basic idea. Because like, what's the difference between these things? So facing limit, so it's just harder to, you have to be closer, and I think with these, right, that's the major difference, is the range and your facing limit. So if I go to a 1A, 7's, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm actually kind of thinking maybe I want to flip that around. So let's go to the structural, so I'd say like a 2D hull reinforcement package. And then we'll have the a 1A interdictor. Now that's going to make it heavier, obviously. Yeah, now power plant obviously is, for now, let's just throw in a 6A. We'll see if we, so this shows you how, like actually right now, with what I've got in the ship, a 4A looks like it can power everything. Because that was another question I had, is like, is there a benefit to having more power available when you don't need it? I don't think there is, right? All right, so hard points. We've got one huge and then 4 mediums. Now, the way that I was, what I was playing before with this was I was throwing in a, now, curious what you guys think of this, but like if I throw in the huge slot, all right, so how big? 2s. So it looks like 2s are in the medium. Oh, I guess large would be, so yeah, 4s are huge, 3s are large. Okay. So if I go down to plasma accelerator, I throw in a huge plasma accelerator. And then we want now I want to get good, but I think at the moment I might need to go with gimbaled because I'm not good yet. So fixed ultimately is probably what we want, but I might need to start with like, I was thinking like 4 gimbaled multi-cannons. Medium gimbaled multi-cannons. Oh, that's frag. What do you guys think of that? So basically the idea is come in, fire the plasma accelerator to drop their shields, and then just lay into them with cannon. The increased range on the interdictor can help. There are times where your target can be flying between places and your range is short. You'll have to chase your target for a while. It's a good, yeah. I don't know how much we're going to need to use it though, and I'm wondering if the hull is. I mean, that might be something we flip out, but that's a good point, Frostbite. And then mounts. Like, I imagine our power. Oh, it still says a 4 is enough power. There's like, because a power plant doesn't affect like how often you can fire your weapons and all that kind of stuff, right? It's just literally, do I have enough power to run everything? It's the power distributor, right, that determines how quickly things recharge and stuff like that, right? So then utility mounts, right? So we could throw on some boosters, right? Shield boosters. We could throw on some point defense. We might, I don't know, if we want some chaff. I don't know if that's a good idea. So I'm a newbie at this combat stuff. So if you guys have any advice, let me know. Manifest scanner. Probably want a kill warrant scanner, right? And again, the here it's just the range, like how close you have to get to somebody to scan them, which that can be annoying, I guess. If you're looking for somebody, right, the farther away that you can be to scan, the better, the easier it would be. So actually, let's empty that one out. If I go down here, a kill warrant scanner. What's the difference here? Power draw cost. Okay, that doesn't give me the actual stats. So here it says range is 4 kilometers, scan time is 10 seconds. Whereas if we go down, scan time is still 10 seconds. So it's just the range that's changing. Oh no, 3 kilometers now. 2.5 kilometers. 2 kilometers. So, and what's the difference in power requirements here? Power draw. Yeah, so each level of this is just, it costs more power, but that, you're right, like that one there I could probably see might make more sense. Don't ask me, as I don't do combat. Yeah, neither do I. So I'm trying to get into it. Avoid it as much as possible, especially when mining. Though with current prices, I may just go back to data runs. Oh yeah, yeah. Because did mining get a pass or not? I can't remember. All right. So what do we got here? Shield boosters, heat sinks, scanners. Right. Xeno scanners, mining. Okay. So kill warrant scanner, frame shift wake scanner. Actually, that might be useful too, right? If we're trying to track down bounties, we might want a frame shift wake scanner, a kill warrant scanner. I always forget to use my chaff, but it seems like it's a good idea. And then if I put the rest 3 shield boosters, and now this is definitely not. So now I could get away with a 5A power plant. Looks like. But yeah, what do you guys think of this? Is this a good combat ship? Now, none of this is engineered, so we can engineer some of this stuff later. The triple hotspot in Baron got reset with the fleet carriers came out. Oh no. Is there a reason why you are not in your group session? In my group session? You mean my private group? I should be in my private group. I thought I logged in my private group. I don't know if you can see that from here. Heat sinks? Yeah, that's a good question. Do I need heat sinks? I guess if I'm firing, is it, you mean because of the plasma accelerator? Is that what you're, is that the reason for that? Where does it say? I'm pretty sure I logged in my private group. Yeah, private group session. So I should be in the Anubis private group. I don't know if that's your question though. So heat sinks. So let's go back. Oh, sorry, I didn't even show you guys what I was looking at. But when I was over here, here it says private group session down on the bottom. But okay, so here, so you're thinking that it might make sense to have some heat sinks, huh? So all in, wow. So this ship is basically all my exploration money that I just earned coming back from Beagle Point is this is 214 million credits. So this is basically all of that money. And the rebuy is 10 million every time I get exploded. So I don't want to get blowed up. That, and and there's a weapon that introduces heat into your systems. Oh yeah, the modification, right? Is that what we're talking about? The engineering modification, thermal overload or whatever it's called. But yeah, what do you guys think of this build? Does that look like a good goal to build out for a Fer-De-Lance? Kit this out. Now the question is can how much effort would it be to go fly around to try and kit this out from Li Young Hui stations to try and get the discount on everything. Which, I mean, for a ship this price, it might be worth it. Now, if I remember correctly, this tool used to have a button. Materials needed for this build. Stations that sell this build. Yeah. This button right here. So this is eddb.io, which is another amazing website. So yeah, so here we're saying, okay, I want to build a Fer-De-Lance, and these are all the things that I want. And so now it shows you terminals that do this, I guess, right? Looks good. All right. The game lists you. Oh my goodness. Sorry. The game lists you as in a group Shinrada Desra, so I don't know. As in group Shinrada Desra. What? You forgot to select the power. Yeah, I know. So on this, I do want to. Where is it here? Power. I want Li Young Rui. Is there a place? Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of, right? There's not one place in Li Young Rui controlled. Is that power or where is it control? Is it controlled? Power. Because I think you have to be controlled, right? It's either, well, it's controlled or exploited, I think, are the ones that give the discount. Include planetary. So yeah, so like if I search for that, there's not one place we can go to get everything we want. But basically, if I, which stinks, right? But yeah, there's no feature like, you know, show me the stations. Like, please break this down into all of the stations that are near and dear around. Remove the FDL to find everything else. Remove the. Oh, like remove the actual ship? And then just go somewhere to buy the ship. I see what you're saying. So if I get rid of the ship and just say, hey, where's the place that sells all this? Nowhere. Good idea, though. I like that. That was good, because then we could just go somewhere to buy the FDL, right? And then go somewhere else to get all of the components. So the question is like, yeah, like I don't know. We have to start like removing stuff, to see if we can like where could we fly that sells most of this stuff, but not all of it. So if I shield generator, so we definitely want. What about the core? So if you just, is there somewhere that sells the core stuff? So we probably want the fuel scoop pretty quick. So if I go like Fer-De-Lance, and we could go without. So I want the fuel scoop in the first place that we go to, so it's easy to jump around. The shields, the fuel scoop. We don't need the shield those right away. Like those right away. Those right away. Frame shift, like the interdictor, we don't need right away. Power. I wonder if it's these reactive surface composites that are. But yeah, thrusters we'd like to outfit right away if we can. Frame shift drive. Oh, that's the fuel scoop. Yeah, fuel scoop and frame shift drive. Life support, power distributor, sensors. We don't need this fuel capacity. Because I know when I outfitted my Python, I was able to do everything in one station. But yeah, exactly. So let's get rid of the shield boosters to start off with. The wake scanner, the chaff, the kill run scanner. Let's see, does that. Oh, there we go. Okay, we can get most of this stuff here. So we can go to Ray Gateway. I think I know that place. So if we go to here, let's go back to the game, and let's take a look. How far away? So this looks like it is in an exploited Lianghui territory. We want to go here, and we want to go to Ray Gate. Oh my God, fleet carriers! So many fleet carriers. Where's Ray Gateway? Oh no, is this a bad choice? Where is Ray Gateway? Ray Gateway is right here, which is, oh no, it's pretty close. So that's, we'll head to Ray Gateway to get the basics. For what reference system are you in? Oh, I'm currently in Shinrata Desra, is where I currently am. So, I'm still in my actual exploration ship, right? All of my ships are here. I guess there's no reason why I can't just fly over there in the ship that I'm in, right? And then outfit the Fer-De-Lance. I can always have my crate sent back here. What was my? I think I was using my my Diamondback Explorer at one point as my jumping around ship, but I believe that my jump range, yeah. So the jump range on that is 50 light years. Where I've got 60 in this bad boy. So yeah, so let's fly over there. It's 3 jumps in this ship. So as long as we don't get ganked, we should be fine. So let's go there. Jameson Memorial in Shinrata Desra. Let's go buy us a Fer-De-Lance.
Detachment complete. Exit the station quickly and safely.
Landing gear retracted.
Oh, darn it. That was the wrong button. I meant to boost, but I still had landing gear. There we go. Now, I don't even remember. I had a button to turn on and off flight assist off, but I can't even remember what that is. So I'll have to figure that out soon when we start doing that training. I do have a button for it. Odin's? Odin's. Odin's. Is that a Liang Rui system? Oh, are we about to boost? Yes, we are.
Warning.
Oh.
Critical.
All right. Let me lock onto this thing. I just got back and I'm already messing things up. Oh no, I want to put it at my butt. Turn around. Let's line up with the escape vector right away and then wait for the drive to cool down. Oops! Good thing I messed up that when I finally got into the bubble, right? Not when I was out there in the middle of nowhere. No, it's not. I was there for a Twitch streamer system. Her name is Boss Lady B. Boss Lady. That sounds very expanse. Boss Lady. Boss Lady B. I like it. I just found out that I'm apparently in Alliance Chieftain at the moment. Yeah, I like the Chieftain. Alright, so let's get away from this silly thing. Now my route, I guess the easiest thing to do to fix this is let's just turn that off and then let's have it replot.
Drive charging.
Super hot.
2, 1, engage.
That's the other thing too. I'm curious if power plants play into if you overheat when you like. Are you easier to overheat or not? If you have like just the power plant that makes it possible, but no more. Oh, there we go.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frame shift drive charging.
Yeah, I have a Chieftain. I think that's the one I have. I enjoy the Chieftain. It's a cool looking ship, right? Like it's got the legs that swivel when you land and stuff.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage. Fuel scooping.
Almost there. What a different feeling. Everything is just a couple jumps away.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frame shift drive charging.
Oh, LTDS are low temperature diamonds. Those are still a worthy endeavor.
1, engage.
Obviously they are if you're out there doing it. Maybe not though, because you were thinking of changing it up, right?
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
All right, set out to Ray Gateway. So I got a text from my son. I have to respond. All right. Whoa, yes. And oh my goodness. We're going to land. We're going to land here, and then I'm going to have to stop the stream because I have a call with my family in 3 minutes that I thought was an hour later than now. But I will probably be back a little bit later. So we're going to land here, and then I'll be back a little bit later, and we can finish building out this thing, probably in an hour or so. Oops. I'm a horrible person. Sometimes they are low temperature diamonds, by the way. Sometimes they are about 400k per ton. Wow, nice. All right, so let's just land, and then we'll end the stream, and then I'll be back maybe in about an hour or so. Just forgetful. Yeah. Well, I thought it was. I knew I had the call today. I just thought it was an hour from now, not now. Come on. Oh, let's go in between. Oh, I can't go in between. Okay, so we'll just drop in, and then I guess I just fly around. So it should be. Let's select it. The errors are over here. There we go. All right, so let's. Whoops. Our gateway, cross docking.
Request approved. Prep for arrival on landing pad 4-1.
Pad number 41. Where are you? Right below me. There we go. Let's drop the gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh, back it up. There we go. All right. So yeah, we go. We landed at Rig Gateway. I'll be back probably about an hour or so. See you all soon. Sorry for the very quick stream, but I'll be back later, and we'll continue building out this Fer-De-Lance. Talk to you all soon. Bye bye for now.